Hello, everyone. Want to thank everyone real quick here before we dive into this to come to 3 Steps to $1 Million Business. I am your host, Patrick McAvoy, and I promise today is going to be one of those days where you kind of sit back after everything's said and done and go, "Wow, that's really cool. All right, let me put this in play in my business." And I always kind of love starting everything off with a quote, and the quote for today is, "To get what we've never had, we must do what we've never done." So without further ado, let's talk a little bit about housekeeping before we get into the fun of everything today. I really want your full attention for this webinar so you can get the most out of today and walk away from this knowing, wow, I can implement this in my business right now and make a crazy difference. All right. So I know you're busy. I know everyone's busy, right? But turn your TV off, man. Turn off the tablets. Put the phone down for a minute. I promise you, this is going to be worth your time, all right? And there's no selling today. So sit back, relax, get ready to take a lot of notes. There's no selling, none at all. I want to help you give that edge in business. At the end of the webinar, I'll ask you for your permission to be able to schedule a call with me, but only if I've given you value today. Does that sound fair? Is that okay with you guys? Only if I've given you value today is it acceptable for me to ask you for your permission to move forward to schedule a call with me. So I want you to keep that in mind, all right? First, before we go really into this, though, is I want to talk a little bit about who this isn't for, all right? I'm not diving into this here and wasting anybody's time, all right? This is not for lazy people. This isn't for owners that think they know everything, for people that think this is a magic course, or individuals that think this is a get-rich-quick webinar, all right? Look, newsflash, there's nothing out there that is a get-rich-quick. There's steps that you need to take in order to achieve success and get rich, but there's no get-rich-quick. All right. I know some of you are bumming out now, but I'm sorry, there's not. Who this is for, though, today is this is for individuals that are ready to learn. This is for individuals and business owners that are feeling overwhelmed and feeling backed against the wall. This is for people that want to make a positive impact in their business. This is for owners ready to take action. This is for somebody that can see their business right now, and you're either wanting to achieve that $1 million mark or you want to add $1 million. That's who this is for. All right. Perfect example of owners ready to take action. These are two of my absolute favorite clients. All right. And this is a little client success. So my buddy Mike, incredible man. He wrote that he hired McAvoy Enterprises to help create efficiencies for my business and to teach me how to be a better business operator. Within 30 days, we had processes in place, employees trained, and a solid, effective changes implemented. His program taught me how to manage leadership, increase productivity, and sales management. I am invigorated and have a new perspective on what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. It was really awesome that he said that, but what he didn't say is how much growth within 90 days that we had with him by working through this. The next piece was Jody. Jody owns a window washing property services company. And she said that Patrick has served our company well in a short period of time, and during which has driven our success full speed toward our expected goals. His motivation and his experience has bled through to our team, and his dedication to our accomplishments have been an obvious effort since day one. See this for a second, because I want you to understand that when we start talking about for who this is for today, for owners to take action, these guys took action. And what was created, what working with them looked like afterwards was incredible. So with today, the secret to success is to be ready for your opportunity when it comes. And today you have an awesome opportunity to understand what some of the big monsters like Amazon and Apple and all these companies do daily to guarantee success. There's 3 areas that they leverage every day. But who am I? Why do I even matter to even talk with you? Well, I was in the military, specifically the Army, for about 10 years. And I got some of the most impressive leadership training you could ask for. I'm Six Sigma, project management, executive management certified. I got multiple degrees, been executives at multi-million-dollar property service companies, and I fulfilled national consulting contracts, right? But all that did was drove me to become the founder of Maxwell Enterprises. And Maxwell Enterprises is a strategic business management firm. I've enhanced over 75 companies to their desired success with a combined revenue increase of over $32 million. And yes, you read and heard that right. Enhanced over 75 companies with a combined increase of $32 million. What I do, it's not hard. It really is. It's just simplifying businesses. But I've done this through passion, vision, and commitment to success. There was no magic pill to this. My passion was so hot, red hot and fiery. Nothing was going to stop me because I believed in what I was doing and why I was doing it. My vision was so much bigger than just some idea that I thought, hey, a couple of years down the road, this is what it's going to look like. My vision is absolutely my legacy that I'm leaving behind. And the commitment to success was an unwavering dedication to what I'm doing. There's so many people, so many competitors, so much stuff out there that is coming at you from so many different directions. Heck, half the time, most of the people are like, wow, man, I guess my product does suck. Or it's me. Wow, that really does not work for me. No, block that stuff out. And you need to have true courage. And true courage is doing what's right, not what's easy. Leveraging those couple areas right there, I don't know who I am today. Yeah, and I rose through the ranks with regional and national companies, fulfilled national and international contracts. But creating McAvoy Enterprises, that was my pinnacle point in my life. Because McAvoy Enterprises is to inspire greatness. And you see a picture there with my wife. I got to marry my wife, my amazing, beautiful wife. And I'm not just saying that because hopefully maybe she's watching this webinar, but I love her to death. She is my heart and soul. And because of doing all these 3 steps, I got to marry her on the beach in St. Thomas. And my family, that's my family right there down to the bottom right. I love my girls right there. That's my why. That's my why. That gives me my passion is my family there. And I've taken what I've learned through some of the most global companies across the US and Puerto Rico and India and everything else that I've done with my national consulting contracts. And I've broken it down to give these little leveraged areas to focus on small, medium-sized businesses. Because I'll tell you what, the big boys, they figured out how to beat the business problems. And the business problems right now that small and medium-sized companies are working with, it's information overload. It creates ridiculous overwhelm. There's so many points in business right now where people they've got 30 to 50 different ideas and ways that they could maybe do something, and they're not sure what to do with that. And everyone out there seems to be a guru, but doesn't actually show you how to do anything. They talk through theory, they talk through idea, but don't show you the steps. And business isn't easy, like everyone says. That is the biggest load of crap. When someone there tells you that I'm going to make you a billionaire overnight, you know what? Run the other direction. That's not real. Creating a profitable business in today's society isn't like it was a year ago or even 3 years ago. It has changed so much. And everyone's working harder and longer than you ever thought right now. The big boys, they figured this out because they understood the consequences. They understood that the focus is all over the board when you're a small and medium-sized business. It's harder. It's more expensive. It's more time-consuming just to simply run your business. And all this does is confuse and overwhelm, which is going to guarantee failure. Worst part is your personal life takes the biggest toll. You know when you're stressed out and when things are down in the dumps, man, that's getting taken out on the family, the friends, the people that are closest to you. That's horrible. There's no reason for that. Like I said, what I've learned is that there's 3 areas to leverage right now to gain that $1 million business or to add $1 million to your business. And the big boys, man, the solution is this: simplify your business and create crystal clear focus. And now I can hear y'all going, okay, well, duh. Hopefully you're not going to start talking in theory. Well, I'm not. Today, we're going to work on the 3 important areas that is about simplifying your business and creating crystal clear focus. The 3 areas that all the big companies use to guarantee success is that they have changed sales management to reflect today's society. They have simplified their operations through and through, and they have enhanced their culture to where the most incredible people are staying and becoming even more passionate and successful in those businesses. So let's start. Let's do this. Let's dive into this right now with sales management. No theory. I'm going to teach you step by step in these 3 areas what to do right now. So with sales management, you need to start focusing on your why and not all the noise that's out there. All right? And you know what I'm talking about when I say that. Focusing on your why is one of the most important pieces to capture your passion. Is your sales statement so simple and clear that everyone understands your why? The likelihood is no. And I bet right now I could ask you right now for someone to tell me your sales statement. Someone tell me your sales pitch. Someone tell me your why. And you would stumble over your words left and right now trying to figure out how you would communicate it. Well, simplifying is the first step to success. So let's break down your message into 2 parts. All right. Your why being crystal clear and your desired outcome. All right. When we start talking about your why and being crystal clear, what I mean by that is it can't just be about money. All right. Money is going to be the byproduct of what you're trying to do and what you're trying to create. But your why needs to be more powerful behind that. Because people can always make more money, but they can't always find another why. They can't always find a new desire, can't always find a new passion. Your why needs to inspire all of those. For me, my passion, my why is to help as many small and medium-sized businesses get to where the big boys are. That's my why. My desired outcome is to turn those small companies and those medium-sized companies into multi-million-dollar companies. That's my desired outcome. What is your desired outcome? Your why has to be able to reflect that desired outcome. Now, I want you to physically write these 2, write them down, and actually speak them out loud. Because here's the deal. When you do this, your natural speech pattern is going to reflect on whether or not if it's clear enough and understanding of everything else you're trying to achieve with that. When you say this, when you write this down and when you say this out loud, if it doesn't sound good when you're saying it, it's not going to sound good to somebody else. So you're going to need to tweak your why and what your desired outcome is and start saying it out loud. And when it starts sounding good and genuine and pure, when you're saying this out loud, that's the time to move forward. All right? You got to understand, if it doesn't sound good to you when you're saying it out loud, it sure as hell isn't going to sound good to somebody else when you're trying to talk to them about your why and your desired outcome. You got to take your passion and be on fire when you do this. Be inspired again about why you're doing what you're doing. Nobody can do that except for you. Now, when you have that, and it sounds good when you're saying it out loud, you got to know where to target. So this is the inverted pyramid. Now, at the tip of the pyramid, you see how it's got the top 5%, right? Well, this top 5%, when it comes to the marketing standpoint, sucks. Because this top 5%, this is the group that knows that you're there. They're looking for your type of help, but they're also looking at every one of your competitors. They are so far in information overload right now, they don't even know which way to turn. They're going to make a decision based off of what is the most simplest to them right there on the spot. It's going to be an emotional buy for them. That next group, though, the engaged 15%, they understand that they need what you have, but doesn't exactly know where to get it. They're looking around right now. They've seen a couple different options. They see what kind of services that you can offer. But again, they're only a small percentage away from being an information overload, right? But then look at the rest of the market of where you're going to target. The unsure 30%. They don't know what's wrong, but they know they need some help. And the unknowing 50%. This group doesn't know that they have a problem and isn't looking for a solution or product right now. So think about this for a second. When we look at this pyramid, 80%, that unknowing 50%, the unsure 30%, 80% of the market could actually probably use your service or your product. They just don't even realize that they could use it from you or that they do need it from you. But that engaged 15%, that top 5%, 20% of the market probably knows about what you do and maybe might even know who you are. But you're in competition with everyone else in your market to target that 20%. Well, screw that. Go target that 80%. Show those individuals why to use your product or service. Your results are going to be staggering versus you trying to compete against everyone else and their mother to try and get the top 20%. Target the right group with your why to get the desired outcome. Last step of this is once you understand your why and your desired outcome, once you know you've got the market right there, that 80%, that top group right there, 80%, now you got to beat the battle. You got to win the battle before you step foot on the battlefield. Here's what I mean. The sales process and the sales funnel, right? You see all this up here right now. These are the 4 steps in society that is what makes up sales management. You got to be able to give and create value. You got to create some sort of authority amplifier that's showing people why you qualify your clients or your prospects to make sure it is your ideal client to work with, and walk them through what working with you looks like. So let's take a look at the top one right there. All right. You see the 3 boxes up there. And it says, are you my next client? Enter your email, apply now, right? In that piece right there, you're going to give somebody or you're going to create some sort of value in that box to want to get people's attention, understanding that, wow, you have something that intrigues them. You have something that interests them. You have value. So now you're going to create that perception of value through this process. The next step right there, you see fill out the form. Well, filling out that form piece is now going to have the authority amplifier, where you can have a little video going showing what it looks like to use your service, what it looks like to have your product, what it looks like to work with you. So when the time is done, that they're done with your little authority amplifier, that video, that piece of it there, they have a completely clear understanding that you are great at what you do, or your product is incredible and it is what they need. Then you qualify your clients, your prospects, to make sure that it fits with your ideal client. It fits within working with you. Because let's be real, we all know not everyone's an ideal client. So you got to qualify your prospects, your clients. You got to make sure it's a right fit for you. And at the very end, we'll talk soon. walk them through what working with you looks like. Because if you can't, let's back it up even a second further here, okay? You could go through all of this, and if you might be their best solution, but if working with you sucks, it's super hard, it's not easy, it doesn't mesh with their systems, your systems don't mesh with another person's systems, and it's overly complicated to work with you, they're going to pass. They're not going to become a client of yours. So the simpler it is to work with you, the easier it is you can communicate to them, the better the chances you're going to get and close those clients. So this sales process is key to starting on your road to the $1 million business. All right. So how you're doing it right now is you get your crystal clear on your why and you communicate it. You need to understand what your why is and the desired outcome of your why. Once you have that, you target the 80%, not that 20%. That 20%, you're competing with everybody else. Don't do that right now. Target the 80% that you know you can help that just don't know who and what you are. Walk your prospects through your sales funnel, your sales process. Give them some value to even want to look in your direction. Create an authority amplifier that shows them that you are amazing and great at what you do. Qualify them to make sure that that's the right type of client that you want. And then walk them through what working with you looks like and show them how easy it is to get those results. Remember, sales management in today's society, it's ensuring you win the battle before stepping foot on the battlefield. You build the perception of value before you ask for that business. That is sales management today. And you see over here, ClickFunnels, right? What you're going through right now is ClickFunnels. That's what I personally use through my sales process. I recommend it. It's a great program. It's very easy for me to use. So like I said, this isn't theory. I'm walking you through step by step right now in sales management in today's society of how to make an impact. Management style for sales today. You will have explosive growth starting as soon as you implement this. Now, Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. How I interpret that is that excellence is a habit, which means the repetition to be excellent is what creates excellence. Now, that's just how I interpret it, but excellence isn't just a one-time shot. It's you constantly working on your craft in order to make it excellent. Now, working on your craft is the next piece, because now we're going to talk about simplifying your operation. Now, when it comes to operations, so many of you, there's so many different areas that we could kind of go into and focus on today. There's one in particular that makes the greatest impact and the fastest, and that's customer service. All right. So when it comes to customer service, is your customer service actually good? You get the little guy up there that looks all ticked off, or do you get more of the guy down there that looks relaxed, knowing that you got him taken care of? Well, I'd be curious to know, what does customer service mean to you? Because for me, customer service and clients right now, it means simple engagement and follow through. And what that creates is a mindset for your customer that you've got them taken care of. Let me say that again. For your customers and clients in today's society, it means simple engagement and follow through. Right? The reason most companies fail in this area is because it becomes personal. How many times as a small or medium-sized business has somebody not liked your product or your service and they've made complaints about it, you get pissed off a little bit at times. Not all the time, but sometimes when you know in your heart you did a good job and that still was the response, you take it a little personal. All right? You can't do that. Great customer service is always being 2 steps ahead of your customers. All right? It's not taking it personal. It's taking a step back and understanding that what your why and your desired outcome is, well, that follows through in your customer service. So let's enhance your customer service. All right. Today, automating customer service has become beyond important. Beyond important. Transparency is the new want and need from all of your clients. And also instantaneous engagement is a top priority. In today's society, we have so much available at our fingertips, and I mean like instant. How many times can we jump on our phones, pull something on Google, do a little research, grab the Facebook, whatever it is that we're doing, and man, within seconds, we have access to whatever we need. And that has become the normalcy in our society. So if that's normal in how we operate on a day-to-day basis, how is it acceptable as a business to have customer service where it's, we'll get back with you in a couple hours? Or a simple question is that it takes days to get back or the information. That's not okay. That's not acceptable. In today's society, to keep your customers, to stay ahead of your competition, you need to enhance your customer service. Implement a platform that you can use in the field or to the delivery of your service that gives instantaneous engagement and transparency. Now, if you look over here to the right, that is a desk platform of something that I love recommending to a lot of my clients, and it's called Zoho Desk. On the next slide, you'll actually see a picture of what that is. But in a quick breakdown, Zoho Desk is one of the most impressive customer service platforms I think I've ever ran into. It is incredibly easy. Every one of your clients can have their own portal. It can be deployed in the field. It's instantaneous. It tracks their happiness ratings. It tracks how many tickets or emails have come in. There's so much capable with this platform at a ridiculously small, I think it's like $40 a month, $50 a month for this platform. But it shows your clients such an increased, enhanced version of you and your company. You don't even know where to begin to measure the ROI from that alone. Your customer service, if your back-end loss per year is an acceptable rate of 10% of your clients, this will knock it down to 4 to 6% loss instead of a 10% loss. Just that alone. Not to mention a selling point for you moving forward, working with potential clients and customers. This gives you the instantaneous transparency that everyone is looking for today. So right there, you see Zoho Desk. Now, this may not be for everyone, and that's okay. If Zoho Desk doesn't work for you in your field, then identify which software makes sense for you and your business model. Build this platform for the company that you want tomorrow, but not today. Ensure this is not only simple for your customers and clients, but it's effective for your business. So right now, if you grab this and you use Zoho Desk, right, and it works amazing for you, but it's just isn't meshing with your clients, then you failed. Or you pick a different platform and it works great for your clients, but you're doing double duty work now in your business. Well, then you failed. You need to identify a platform that works for you and for your clients. By using and utilizing that and implementing it right away, the changes in your business, for not only for referrals, for customer satisfaction, for maintaining your clients, and for ease and transparency and simplicity of your business. Like I said, you can't measure the ROI when it comes to that piece of it. It is incredible to have that. So identify that software and grab one. Next is you've got to inspire greatness. It's passion, and passion doesn't fail. Yes, that's my quote. I believe in it 100%. I'm passionate, and I've gone through ups and downs. Don't get me wrong. I'm not some overnight success. I have failed more times than I care to admit, but my passion keeps driving. And because of that, well, that's why I am where I am today. Because I didn't quit. I failed a bunch of times, but I failed towards success. So inspiring greatness is the next step. We're going to talk about enhancing your culture, right? Leadership is the core of success. And when you see that, they're leading from the front. I am a strong believer, especially from my military days, by leading from the front. But a lot of people have a different variation of what that means. Leading from the front, I mean, is that doing hard work so others will feel inspired? Is that being in early and staying late? Is that working twice as much as your employees? Is that having no confidence in others so you do it all yourself? Well, a lot of you would say, no, that's not leading from the front. But how many of you actually do that? How many of you today or in the past was that guy in the gray suit right there next to you, right? Let me clue you in on something right now. That's not an employee. That's the boss. The three people sitting down yelling at him, those are the employees. Is that leading from the front? Is that creating a positive culture? Absolutely not. If you're doing any of those four or all of those four, then man, I'm so glad you're on this right now. Because what leadership is vision and inspiration. Leading from the front means showing what's right and acceptable in your business. It's leaders holding everyone accountable for what's expected and what's needed. Leaders share the vision of the business to lead the change. We teach and train others to become empowered. And leaders have the courage to do what's right, not what's easy. Now let's talk about the first one there for a second. Leading from the front means showing what's right and acceptable in your business. All right. This is the biggest one that I always usually use as an example, because how many times in business has somebody made a mistake? And it could be a decent sized mistake, but it's somebody you just genuinely like. It's a good employee. It's somebody that just kicks butt and does great at work, right? How many times have they made a mistake and you're like, oh, look, you know what? I get it. That really sucks. Do me a favor. Don't do it again. I mean, this is, I understand this is kind of a big deal. But hey, do me a favor, okay? That right there, you have not only screwed yourself, but you have screwed that individual as well too. And here's why. Because you were not truthful in showing what's right and acceptable in your business to that individual now believes that the mistake they made isn't that big of a deal because you didn't show them what was right and acceptable. And you didn't do yourself justice because now you're going to be irritated and resentful because of that, because you weren't truthful in showing what was right and acceptable. Leadership is about empowering people, inspiring people, sharing the vision, leading change. That's leadership. When you change these pieces in your business, can you imagine the kind of team you would have? Can you imagine the type of positive impact and movement, forward movement you would have in your business? And I get it. A lot of you are saying, well, okay, it's good in theory, but how do you do it? Well, first create a detailed and specific job descriptions detailing all of the expectations, not just the broad statements of them. Because if you just do the broad statements, but then they don't do something that you were expecting and wanting them to do, but you didn't have it down on them, how can you hold them accountable or be upset with them when you didn't detail it out? So detail all job descriptions and expectations. Quarterly reviews, not annual. If expectations aren't being met, why are you going to wait a year down the road to address them? Work with your team consistently. Do the quarterly reviews to help show them where the motivation and inspiration is doing great at or needs to improve in. Weekly staff meetings with detailed agendas. Now, a lot of you probably, that might seem a lot, but it's really not. I'm not talking about hour-long staff meetings. I'm not talking about, half a day staff meetings. If you look down there on the right, it says make your staff meeting productive. Rule of thumb for me and a lot of businesses that I worked with is that if it can be communicated to one person through either email or a phone call, then it doesn't belong in the weekly staff meetings. The weekly staff meetings are designed and should be used to keep the entire team, the entire company on board with forward-moving projects, issues that need to be resolved as a team, or any type of new idea or strategy that's going to be rolled out. That's what the staff meetings are for. You got to have a detailed agenda and stay on point in order to run through the meetings quickly. Now, at the end of these staff meetings, twice a month, teach and train your staff something about business or leadership or whatever it is that you're doing. Teach and train your staff. Leave 10 to 15 minutes at the end of your staff meetings to embrace them, to show them something, to inspire them, to get creativity going with them. Not only will that create respect for you, but it's going to create you as an expert in your industry to them. And what boss, what leader, what owner or executive truly doesn't want a positive image with his team or his employees? Everybody does. But the best one that I've ever found was that once a month, ask your team to teach you something that will help the business. I guarantee most of you don't do this. Think about that for a second, right? As we roll through the leadership piece of this, how incredible would it be for your team to grow that kind of a way where they're teaching you once a month something that's going to help your business? So many times we get really boxed in with working in the business instead of on the business. We don't get to see some of the incredible things that might be out there. We've got the blinders on. Well, your team might teach you something that could really change the business. Let them embrace their ideas. Talk through their ideas. It's the most valuable piece I could ever ask for to create the type of culture where you will thrive tenfold. Recapping on leadership is that through dedicated leadership and persistence, you're going to create a team more powerful than you could ever imagine. By creating this culture, your employees will want to be engaged and become long-term assets for you and your business. And by embracing this, you're not going to have to lose money on ads to hire, time to train, and losses in production customers. You need to understand that when I'm dangerous, when I'm focused, it's the attitude behind it that makes it, truly makes it. So let's recap a little bit. 3 master lessons today. We talked about sales management in today's society. Understanding how to communicate crystal clear your why and the desired outcome. Targeting those 80%, not the 20%. And using the sales process where you're leveraging a perception of value in their mind before you even get the chance to ask for their business. We talked about simplifying your operations, specifically the customer service platform. We know that everyone in today's society needs instant, transparent access for customer service. That platform, Zoho Desk, I'm telling you what, it's incredible. Take a look at it. That simple implementation in your business right now to simplify your customer service, you could have it done tomorrow and you would see the ROI next week. Mark my words on that. And enhancing your culture to embody positive success, the leadership today, talking about those aspects, those different pieces to empower, to lead change, to inspire greatness. Isn't that the kind of culture you want? Isn't that the kind of culture that you want to embrace? How cool would it be when you make those changes for leadership and then you sit back and you let your team teach you that one piece of the information to make your business better, and you walk away with a completely new idea and revenue stream for your business? How amazing would that feel? Those three areas right there, that's what the big boys use to guarantee success. That's how they keep beating all the small, medium-sized businesses. Those are the three trade secrets that they don't want out. Now, ask yourself, is what I'm doing today getting me closer to where I want to be tomorrow? And let's be real, if the answer is no, then stop doing it. Stop. If what you're doing today is not getting you closer to the success that you want tomorrow, then stop and make a conscious decision to change. Now, Jordan Belfort, you all know Wolf of Wall Street, right? But this quote, you've got to be able to line up the elements of success, not forever, but for a moment in time. So when that window of opportunity opens, you can jump through. Well, now I want to ask for your permission, because I've walked you through now how to change your sales management, your customer service, and your leadership. Please use what I've taught you. Don't just walk away from this webinar and be like, all right, cool, good information. Use what I've taught you. The positive changes will rock your world in ways you never thought of. But again, do I have your permission? Do I have your permission right now to move forward? Because if today's webinar gave you the great insight on the 3 steps to $1 million business, then I want your permission to move forward. So do I have your permission to continue moving forward? Would you like to learn what it looks like to take these 3 steps to the next level in your business? I'm going to let a few people here. If you're done and this is it, your permission, then cool, get off. Don't waste my time. I'm not going to waste your time. But for the ones that I do have your permission to move forward, then let's talk, right? My program, right? This program is for anyone who wants to maximize your business and is looking for surefire strategies to blow away your clients. Anyone who's looking to create more value for their customers. Anyone who's tired of working too hard for too few results, and anyone who's teachable and willing to follow through. If any of those 4 areas sound like you, then I want to talk to you. But this is who I don't want to talk to. I don't want to talk to anyone that isn't committed. I don't want to talk to anyone that is happy with their random, haphazard approach to business, or has a tendency to whine or complain or not follow through, or who's lazy or looking for excuses as to why their business isn't working at the level that they want. If I don't want to talk to anyone like that. Don't waste my time. I'm not wasting yours. Right? But I want to know today, this webinar, these 3 areas that we walked through, where I told you the platforms that I use and how to do this, how much was this worth for your business? And I don't ask this from a salesy standpoint. I'm generally asking for a specific reason. I'm asking to understand that If what I gave you today, these 3 steps to create $1 million business, how much was this worth for your business? If we implemented something like that in your business, what would it do for your business? What worth would it create? Well, what does it look like to work with me? And honestly, it is simple. Simple, simple, simple. We do it virtually. Yeah, virtually. I have my own proprietary software that throughout the weeks, we would be working together through that software. We would be once a week be getting on live face-to-face interactions with us and a couple other companies, working together through the program. It's web-based. You can do it anytime, anywhere. The only piece that's not in there that is going to be scheduled is going to be our live sessions through virtual platforms. And if you're a small company, then the ME Preferred package is for you. If you're a medium-sized company, then the ME Elite package is for you. It's easy. It quite literally is that easy to work with me. So can you afford to miss this opportunity? The chance to enhance your business? It's 100% guarantee for results. I guarantee our customer service, quality, and results. And yes, I guarantee results. Every week working with me through my system, we will produce results to make positive impacts in your business. I know once you work with me, you'll see powerful results. So I'm asking, schedule a call with me. 30 minutes. Schedule a call with me and find out if I can make a positive impact in your business. Because I'm telling you right now, you have nothing to lose, but you have everything to gain. And right there, that link right there, click it, schedule some time with me, schedule 30 minutes. We'll talk about what's going on with you. We'll talk about some of the challenges you have right now. If I could implement those 3 areas that we worked on today, I promise you, that's your roadmap to your $1 million business. So with that being said, I want to truly thank you. I look forward to hearing from you. And remember, you've got nothing to lose, but you absolutely, absolutely have everything to gain. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I look forward to speaking with you.